Heyo people! Welcome to the Oddities guide for Chronology Forest. I've changed up my audio pipeline a little bit, so let me know if it's better or worse than normal. Anyway, let's get started with the 5 new ones. To start, for warrior equipment, speak with Homura Yume. He's got 3 items for you to distribute to 3 other Oddity quest leaders on this map. First, we're going to head to the Gravity King just outside of town. Then we're going to head over to Swift Runner. And then we're going to head over to the Dominance King, who's also called the Gravity King for some reason. Once you've handed out the 3 pieces of equipment, return to Homura to complete the oddity. Alright, we're back to the Gravity King to complete Increased Gravity. Accept his task, and he'll hand over some armor. Once you've put it on, gather up the rocks and run just up the hill here to place the rocks with the other ones, and speak with the Gravity King again to complete. Next, we're going to go speak with the Sprint Warrior. After you accept the quest from him, you have 60 seconds to make it all the way to the tablet over here and then back. Make sure you've got an 120% mount, because this is actually quite challengingly fast. At least, on Scrub I only had 10 seconds of leeway. For Uphold Love and Justice, speak with the second Gravity King and he will ask you to defeat some modified humans. They're over here by the bridge, but they're not exactly humans. When you defeat them, they'll drop these emblems as well as these potions. You'll need the potions for the next oddity, and you need at least 3 emblems to bring back to the second Gravity King to complete the oddity. For Wicked Headquarters Recruiting Now, use the potion you got from the previous quest and speak with Great Miser to join his team. Alright, and now we're on to the old ones. So we're going to start with Focus. Holden would like you to help research why all of the plants outside of the Chronowood Cavern glow, and he asks you to gather some stuff. To start, you're going to want 2 stone dragon eggs, which can be found next to the little lake outside. Next, you'll need 3 broken weapons, which can be found next to the big lake just across the map. I'm not sure if I just couldn't find any more, but to me it seemed like there was only this one that was spawning, so I had to wait for it to respawn. And finally, you'll need 10 magic crystal fragments. They're all around the outside of this big circle, so just run around and they should respawn as you come back. After you've got everything, turn them into Holden and watch the scene. To complete Magical Girl, speak with Madison, who wants to be a magical girl. She recommends you go talk to Bennett on her behalf because he's outside of town, and he knows a thing or two about magic. When you speak with Bennett and say that you've heard that he's an exceptional mage, he'll give you a few things that you can do to help Madison become a magical girl. First, he'll give you a bucket which you can use to gather 5 fairy dust from the fairies over here. And you can just use the bucket on the same fairy 5 times to get it all. Once that's done, head over to speak with Corey to get a bag. Right-click the bag that Corey gives you to auto-path to the lake to gather some spirits. And now Madison is actually just over here, so jump over the water and talk to her again. Hand it all over, and Bennett will meet you there for a relatively long cutscene. There's a lot of relatively long cutscenes on this map. For Out of the Sun, speak with Nicole. She wants you to get some water to water the flower that she's been singing about and taking care of. Right-click the bucket to auto-path to the lake for water. Then right-click the filled bucket to auto-path to her flower. Talk to it to try to water it, but turns out Nicole wasn't a really nice person, was she? Hand over the remains of the flower to Nicole to complete the oddity. In Looking for a Wingman, speak with Diesel and, try to leave him alone. He won't let you though, gives you a letter to try and find him a girlfriend. You can head on up here and hand it over to Aisha by the water. She's somewhat impressed by his letter, so she'll give you a present and a note to bring back. For Magic and Mystery, head back to Bennett and ask him what's bothering him. Turns out he's worried about a kid named Ronnie who's been acting out lately. Head over the lake to find Ronnie, but he won't spawn until you get to the right spot. It's over here. After you watch him taunt the turtle, he's sad because he thinks his parents have missed his birthday. Go and talk to them about it. It's actually Holden, from the 6th oddity that we covered in this video, and the lady next to him named Kirsten. After you've spoken with both of them, head back to Ronnie and talk to him one more time to trigger a scene where they celebrate his birthday. In Mentor, if you speak with Osmond, he wants you to encourage his squad mates, and he gives you a book that gives you some advice on what to tell each one. You don't need to actually read the book, but one by one, talk to each of the soldiers and encourage them. Then return to Osmond and let him know that they all got themselves together. For a magical vow, speak with Walden. He wants to become a wizard. How? Well, he needs to stay single until he's 30, but unfortunately he has a fan club that loves him a lot. Offer to help him, and the fan club will spawn around you. This is basically the same as the dodgeball oddity from the last map, just avoid their kisses. I did really bad at this, but you can actually be hit up to 20 times and still win, so good enough. For Jester Troupe, speak with Corey, and he wants you to find some people to join his troupe. He wants people that love performing, have a willingness to perform, and passion. To start off, let's head over here to Marvin. You know him. He's big on different kinds of food. And he travels all the time. We've seen him tons of times. Next up, McKinley. If you were paying attention earlier, this is actually the guy that was dressed as a turtle that Ronnie was bothering. And back in town, you can find Barbossa and Edward III right next to one another. Bring all 4 of them back to Corey and then watch the scene to complete the oddity. For leaving at the altar, speak with Prince Charlie and tell him that his clothes are nice. He'll let you wear them, but in return he wants you to go break up with his fiancée, Princess Aubrey. She's back in town. Unfortunately, you can't teleport, you have to walk when you're transformed. But she'll see right through you, and that completes the oddity. And finally, for Stay Awake, open up the chest to find a suspicious letter. You remember Aisha from before? Head on over there, and hide in the bush to see what they're really up to. After you fight them off, the oddity will complete. And that's it for today. Thanks for stopping in, and like I said, let me know if there's anything too odd about the audio, because I'm working with a different tool than normal. Catch you next time!